G'day YouTube, Down to Bricks here. Woohoo! I've got a city update for you guys. So it's only been like 5 months or so since I've actually had a city update to show you guys. Now, if you follow my channel, you know that I've been working on adding a third table to the city for quite some time, and I've finally got something to show you guys. So a week or so ago I put a video up all about the third table, and now I've actually done a little bit to the city to lay it all out and have it ready enough to do another update. So as you can see here, it's looking quite sparse and spread out, and that's what has us so excited, because it really feels like we are actually just starting again with the city. So I have titled it A New Beginning, and it really does feel like that. Now, my main aim here was just to sort of lay the plates out and get a rough feeling of what we're going to do with the city, and basically was to lay plates out and work out how I'm actually going to position all the train track. And what I've been able to do is actually loop one track right around the whole 3 tables. So let's see if we can get this train rocking and rolling. There we go. Off it goes, and you can watch that as we go. Now, starting off, we got the Avengers Tower, which most of this stuff is kind of just sitting there at the moment. Nothing's really locked into exactly where it's going. Well, especially the Avengers Tower. I mean, it's pretty close to where it's going to be. But let's get off the tripod and we'll go in for a bit of a closer look. So okay, so here you can see what I've done with the track, and I've just been working out how to get it so we don't have so much flex on the corners, but all seems to be running pretty smoothly, and you can just see how I've got the 2 tracks running around up the back and pretty much along the front here as well, up down to a certain point. I need about another 80-90 pieces of straight track to finish it off. The way I did manage to join it up along the back was just using the flexi track. So here we can see the Avengers Tower in all its glory. So I really like having it on the end of the table here, so it's the first thing you see. And the little fountain, I really love that fountain, so that's going to be there. It's a bit, the plants are all still messed up. I haven't fixed all that up yet with the flowers, but this will be the main city park, so needs a lot of work here. I've pretty much just put this train station there for now. I'm not sure exactly how this is all going to go, but yeah, that's just where I'll put it for now. The Grand Emporium, that's where it will stay. That is its spot, and the same with the Ghostbusters, and that's because I have a project planned for this spot just here, and I've laid out the 2 48 by 48 plates all ready for that. You can see along the back the 2 lots of track there, how far I've managed to get with the second inner track, or the inner track anyway. Now, if you haven't seen, this Ghostbusters is not the Lego version. This is a custom build. I've actually got the instructions for this set from Brent Waller, who was the designer of the Ecto 1. And let's just have a look at that Ecto 1. I did change a few things on the top of this just to make it so I can drive it in and out nice and easy. There we go. Now the plan is, as you guys probably know, I do have the Ghostbusters set, the Lego one. I'm going to build that, do a bit of a comparison with this one, and then I'm going to look at changing this one up a little bit, just with some extra detail from the Lego set, and then I'm just going to break the Lego one down and use it for parts. Pretty much I'm hoping, just with this detail here, how this is all flush here, and Lego uses the tiles down the front just to give it more depth on the brickwork. Probably just going to copy that as well, and maybe a few other bits and pieces, add some of the interior inside this, but I definitely want to keep this one because it is bigger and it really gives me for what I want between these 2 big buildings. They're both over 2 base plates, so it gives me the distance I need for my project that I've got planned for here. As we come down, you can just see basically I've just started laying the plates out. This is pretty much how the roadway is going to stay. I've got a lot more distance here now between the road and the actual front of the city, so that the train track. So I'm just going to look in ways how I'm just going to fill that in. So I've just kind of put a lot of green plate in there now just to cover up the table. So as we get down here, it really starts to get into the territory of just how the city was before. I have separated some of these modulars up just with those intersection plates, and that's just basically to space it out for now. The only new addition in the city from old, other than the change of layout, is their brick bank, and as you can see it's still not complete, so we'll definitely get to that soon. And then we just pretty much get on to how the city was with the train station, the old park and the church. So I've got a bit to do. That's where the Grand Emporium was. So you guys probably haven't actually ever seen that crane before. I don't think I've shown it in any videos actually, because it actually lives in my son's room. It's a display he has in there. So we thought it was a good chance to actually break that out and put it in the city, as if there's a bit of construction going on. And we'll just continue down here. Just want to show with this all the tiled track there, and I just want to continue that all the way down. So I've got a few Bricklink orders and Lego Shop at Home orders on the way excuse me, so I can tile that off. And then we're down into the residential, which is pretty much will stay the same, but as you can see here, things start to get pretty messy. There's bits and pieces laying around. As we go into the farm here, plates aren't lined up properly. Basically we've been pushing the city from one table to the other as we've been moving the new tables in and the old tables out. So basically everything here will eventually just get shunted down. I'll just show you how that, you can see here how it doesn't marry up anymore. And so what I've got to do is actually move this whole section here down. What's holding me up there is that the actual train track is attached to this road plate. So I'm actually going to have to lift that up and move the road down to here so I can actually get it to marry up to the straight road down there. And if you look through to the back there, you can see all the flexi track, and you can hear the noise the train makes once it hits that flexi track. And let's go on down to the farm. There's the school. I'm actually think we might move the school out of the residential area, maybe move it into the city and just make a bigger schoolyard. Not too sure yet. I mean, it probably should stay in the residential, but I just think I'm going to need some stuff to help fill out just the front of the city there. So we'll see how we go with that. There's lots of things here that we're just going to be playing around with, see how we go, see how it looks. My son's watching. And the farm, it's a right mess. The industrial area, you can see here we've ripped up, actually there's a container of them, of all the greebling that filled in the track here. So the reason that's all ripped up is the industrial area will be going. I will not have this industrial area. It's going to be all farmland down the end here. I have got a big project I'm thinking about doing for the end of this table eventually, but that's way down the track. But so now it will just be farmland, and if I take you along and show you right up the back here, you can see that train track running all the way down, and it goes from the inner track out to the outer track for now. And these 3 tracks in here, I'm probably going to leave those. I might actually run a third track down that just stops, that I can just park the trains into while we're not using them, and probably just use some of the flexi track for that. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. I'll just sort of wander down, see if there's anything else I forgot to mention, but basically you can look forward to a lot more city updates coming on my channel. I'm not going to guarantee you're going to see one every month, because I do need to start working on my western town, so I may alternate it, have a western update one month and then a city the next. I'll see how that sort of pans out, but you can expect to see a lot more city updates this year. I'm really looking forward to that. I know you guys really love your city updates, so I'm looking forward to bringing that to you. It kind of feels like I'm making up for some of the lost ground that I made, like when I started my YouTube channel, because the city was already pretty much done. So I feel like now I can actually share with you guys the process of starting a new setup, so to speak. So looking forward to that. Just one thing, you can see that the plates here actually overhanging the table. Get my hand out of the way. I'm actually going to cut these plates back, because the table's not exactly wide enough for the, 4 plates? 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 5 plates, but because I want to sit the modulars all the way back, it's only a half plate behind them. So I'm actually I will run plate right along the back too for the train track. I will get to that. But yeah, I am going to have to just trim the fronts off these plates here. I've just got to work out which plate I'm going to use before I go cutting any up. I normally don't sort of cut Lego or anything. It's only these plates, just to make it fit the city exactly how I want it. So basically the only things I'll ever consider cutting are plates and of course your rigid hose and the like. But yeah, I'm really excited for this project here. I've got parts on the way, and I'm hoping that will probably be in the next city update. But thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Any feedback that you guys have, I'd love to hear it. Any ideas that you might have. Just love that tower. I'm hoping though I might be able to fit the new Quinjet up on the platform, so we'll wait and see if that works out. That's from the airport battle, I think it's called, with the giant Ant-Man. But yeah, like I said, I kind of started rattling on about something else there, but yeah guys, any input that you might have, I'd love to hear it. Any suggestions, shoot it all down in the comments, let me know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this update. If you did, give it a thumbs up, that'd be awesome. Don't forget you can find me on Instagram as well, at DownUnder Bricks. I might even actually take a few pickies of the city after I finish filming here, and I'll post it up on Instagram. But yeah, you can check me on Instagram. But again guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.